De Bello Gallico, Book 4, Chapters 35, and the start of 36. As we remember it, all the British nation was coming to bear on Caesar and his little small camp. And Caesar said that he was going to see a more opportune time for causing damage to the enemies and another time for battle. The storms had intervened and they couldn't really go out fighting. But though the battle was called on account of rain, Caesar is now facing a huge British force. Let's get in Caesar's mind. Although Caesar was seeing that the same thing in their escapement clause was going to happen, what thing is that? Which had happened in earlier days. Namely, that if the enemies be repulsed, they would flee the danger with speed. So, Caesar was seeing that the British could take a battle, but they couldn't keep on. However, having gotten together around 30 horsemen, only 30 cavalry, whom Commius the Artribian, about whom it has been said previously, had transported with him. So he had only 30 cavalry against this entire troop, but he knew that if he beat them hard, they'd run. He arranged the legions in battle line before the camp. Ablative absolute clause, but the battle having begun, the enemies were not able to bear the charge of our soldiers any longer and turned their backs. So, although they had these huge troops ready to go, they weren't much for the fight. Whom the British, having followed with so much distance, how much they were able to perform by running and by their strengths. So just our forces were able to run them down. They killed a good many out of them. Then, with all their buildings having been thrown down and burned, so they went to the nearby villages and burned them down, they betook themselves, that'd be the Romans, back into their camp. On the next day, or on the same day, ambassadors having been sent by the enemies came to Caesar about peace. Sounds familiar. Caesar doubled the number of hostages to these guys, whom he had ordered previously. He said, okay, now I need twice as many of your children. And he commanded that they be conducted to the continent. Therefore, we're not going to hang around here, because on the day, with the day of equinox being near, he was thinking it was not subjecting a voyage in winter with the weakened ships. So he himself, having obtained a proper season, loosed the ships a little after the middle of the night. All the forces which had arrived safe to the continent. So, Caesar really doesn't end the first British invasion with much more than a token show of force. He's able to rout the British, who don't have any stomach for fighting, apparently. And now he returns back to the continent, having obtained what he wanted, which was to show the Brits, just like he showed the Germans, that he meant business. Now, everybody landed okay, safely, except for two ships, which held about 300 soldiers who had landed in the territory of the Morini, who were attempting to cause problems, as the rest of the story says. So, what did Caesar accomplish in this these not so great battles, but they were pretty epic? He'd done what no one had done before. He'd gone to the Britain, he'd attacked them. He had done what no one had done before, the crossing of the Rhine by making a bridge. So he's attempting to, in this year of the war, try and shore up the places where the Gauls could send for reinforcements or flee. So was it a success or not? The history books say yes. The Romans said yes. And in terms of how you define history would be the key. Well, that concludes that chapter, true believers, of Caesar's first invasion. And we'll take it up next time with what to do in winter. Until that time, Excelsior!